ladies, this is Jamie. Thanks for watching. This video is when to break no contact and when not to. If you've been following along, you know that no contact is a time period when you have no contact. You go silent with this guy for at least 30 plus days, depending on the situation. It is when you have gone through a breakup, he has broken up with you, or he has forced your hand, you gave him an ultimatum, or you had to break up with him because he did something foolish, but you still really care. You want him to right the wrong, and you would love to make this thing work. That's when you go into no contact. You can look at those other videos, and on my website, it goes into greater detail. But let's talk about when you can or can't break it, because a lot of women want to break no contact, men too, but I coach women, so I'm only speaking from a woman's perspective. They want to break no contact at certain times. They feel like it's appropriate. I honestly feel like women just want an excuse to talk to him. So let me clarify when it is and isn't okay to break no contact, to kind of put your mind at ease. Number one, when it is their birthday. You might feel like, well, we dated for a really long time and it's their birthday, so I should at least say happy birthday. Don't do it. He has friends, he has family that can wish him a happy birthday. He needs to miss you. He is probably wanting you to message him on his birthday, or he's thinking that you might. And when you don't, you throw a curveball in there. Now you're a woman of mystery. He doesn't know what you're thinking. He doesn't know if you care or not. His ego might take a little bit of a hit, and that's okay. Now, if he did something foolish, definitely don't call him and wish him a happy birthday. He can make the relationship right. He can contact you and say, hey, I'm sorry. What I did was really wrong, and I would like to get you back. Can we talk? And then you can wish him happy birthday every year from then on out. But on his birthday, no, don't wish him happy birthday. Number two, when it's a holiday, same thing as birthdays. Do not contact him. Don't wish him Merry Christmas or Happy Easter. He has friends and family for that. Again, he has to miss you, and he cannot miss you if you are always blowing up his phone, in his face, going by his work, watching his stories on social media, liking his posts, talking about him to your friends. He can't miss you. He knows you are always there. There is no urgency for him to rekindle anything with you or apologize to you because he knows he has you. The only way no contact works is for him to really believe that you have moved on and he can't get you back. Number three, when a tragedy has occurred. So when a tragedy has occurred in his life, he has maybe lost someone close to him, a fire, something like that. I know you feel like you need to reach out, because to not reach out seems so petty. And I get it. But again, understand that he has friends, he has family that he can lean on. I would suggest in this situation, if you feel like you just have to, let's say you guys dated for a really long time and you feel like it's appropriate to just send a text that says, I am so sorry for your loss. You can do that, make it very short, don't go on and on. If you do not have emotional control, understand that he is going to be feeling a lot of feelings if he is going through a tragedy. And if you reach out to him, he might cling on to you. Now, you might be thinking right now, oh, yay, that's what I want. But it really isn't what you want, because maybe he hasn't changed. Maybe he really doesn't want to rekindle. He's just feeling sad in the moment, and he's wanting someone or something familiar to hold on to, and that's you. But as soon as his loss is over, as soon as he's feeling better, he's going to drop you again. So I would personally suggest that you don't reach out during a tragedy. I know it seems really cruel, but again, if you don't have control, emotional control, it may be cruel to yourself to put yourself in that situation. Like I said, he has friends, he has family that can help him through a difficult time. Number four, if a tragedy occurs to you, should you reach out? When you're going through a difficult situation, a lot of women want to reach out for the same reason as number three. I need him. I need somebody to hold on to. Maybe you want attention from him and you think this is how you're going to get it, or you just want him to know that you're going through a really bad time. Don't reach out to him. Rely on your friends and your family. If you reach out to him during a tragedy that you're going through, if he's just a nice guy, he might reciprocate, he might comment, he might ask if you need any help, but he's doing it just out of pity. He doesn't really want to get involved with you, and you're going to misread that. You're going to misinterpret his intentions. That's going to hurt you even more. So just, unfortunately, you may have to suffer through this tragedy without this guy by your side. Number 5, when he reaches out to you through a friend, he tells a friend to, hey, tell her I said hello if you see her, or he asks about you through a mutual friend or family member. Should you reach out to him then? No, because maybe the friend was exaggerating and said, oh, he asked about you. When you hear that he's asking about you, it might not be the way the friend relates it to you. So the friend may say, oh, he asked about you, when in reality, it could have been something very generic, and you don't want to assume that he is feeling any certain kind of way. So when you hear things from other friends or family, just let it go. If this man really wanted to reach out to you, he would do it. And if he doesn't, then he's a coward. And you don't want that guy. You want him to be the stand-up man. So you need to hold out long enough and make him be that guy. Number 6, when they interact with you somehow on social media, if they comment on one of your posts, if they like it, if they watch one of your stories, do not break no contact. This is just an attempt by him to just see if he can get something from you. It's like he's throwing out a line. He's fishing. He's throwing out a line into the water and just seeing if you'll bite. He's just going to like one of your posts and see what you do. See if you'll reach out to him. He kind of is in the curious stage. You can watch another one of my videos that shows what he's going through during no contact. I talk about what he's feeling. And he's in this curious stage. So he's just going to watch one of your stories or like or comment just to see if you will interact with him. He just wants to know what you're doing, what you're up to, if you're seeing someone, if you're happy, if you're sad. And maybe that's just a very subtle way of him to try to find out. Do not break no contact. Make him be curious. Make him wonder. Now we are on number 7. And you might be thinking, well, so far, 1 through 6, you tell me not to break no contact. Number 7, I'm going to tell you that maybe you can break no contact. Number 7 is if he reaches out to you, deliberately texts you, calls you, leaves you a voicemail, emails you something and says, hey, I miss you. I would like to see you. Can we talk about what went down? Or I'm sorry for what I did. I would like to get back together with you. If he reaches out in some way that's intentional and purposeful about building a relationship, and that's what you want, then yes, you may respond. However, I would like for you to get one of my e-courses or filter through all my videos and watch the ones on how to respond when he reaches out after this no contact period or during the no contact period when he comes forth with an apology. I want to work things out. Now, if he reaches out to you and just says, hey, how are you? What are you up to? Do not break no contact. Stay in no contact for the full 30 days. After that time, you could reach out. But during that no contact, do not reach out. If he reaches out with something very generic, do not respond. Now, if he reaches out with something more intentional and serious about, I want to talk, I miss you, I would like to get back together, that's when you could possibly break no contact. Now, you might be able to say, well, have things changed? Maybe you gave him an ultimatum because he did something bad. Or maybe he did something really foolish. And you say, well, are we going to be able to have a compromise? Are we going to be able to talk about what you did? I'm still really struggling with that. That's when you can have that conversation. So in stage 7, yeah, you may be able to reach out, maybe not, depending on what he says. Number 8, can you break no contact if you kind of have to, if you have children with this man? Or let's say you work together. I had a client and she worked with this guy. She saw him every single day and they worked in close quarters. Then yes, obviously you can speak, but you only speak when you have to, when it's necessary. Now, don't be witchy. Don't answer with very sarcastic, snippy little tidbits of responses. You can be polite, you can be pleasant, but don't go overboard either. If he tries to interact with you, let's say outside of work or outside of the kids, something that you have to deal with him on, you can simply say, hey, I know that we have to speak in these particular situations or in these scenarios, but we really don't have to communicate outside of that. And I think it's best that we don't. Again, my e-course tells you how to navigate those difficult situations if you're in no contact with somebody, but you have to see them. Number 9, I get this one a lot. If you really, truly in your heart believe he is the one, this is the guy that you are meant to be with, he is just being so stubborn that he will not reach out to you. Can you break no contact and can you reach out to him? No, 100% no. I have heard other coaches out there that will say, yes, if you really believe you can, and you can do it from a place of emotional control and say, hey, I really think we're great together. I don't want this breakup. And I miss you. And I would like for us to work this out. But if that's not what you want, I will respect that decision. No, do not do it. You make that man come to you. You want a man and not a boy. Now, I am going to tell you that whole conversation, hey, I think we're great together. I don't want this breakup. I would like to work this out, but I will respect your decision if you don't want to, and I will move on with my life. That conversation needs to be had in the very beginning of this breakup. That conversation needs to be had when that breakup immediately happens. You should send that out. I call it the final reach out. I've done videos on it. It's in my e-course, exactly word for word what to say, depending on who broke up with who and what the circumstance is. So get one of those e-courses. I promise it will change your life. But that conversation needs to be had earlier, not 15, 20, 30 days into no contact, because then you do look like you're just holding on and you can't let go. If you really do feel like this guy is the one, then you send that final reach out initially and you let it go. If he is for you, God will bring him back to you. You pray about it. If he is not, you're going to move on and God will have a better guy. Trust me. So ladies, these are the times when you can and can't break no contact. Unfortunately, there is only 1, maybe 2 times that you could break no contact, but when you do, you have to do it from a place of emotional control. If you don't have emotional control, don't even think that you can respond and it will come out classy. It won't. It will come out very needy, very clingy, very insecure, very anxious. If you're unsure how to get that emotional control, again, check out the link in the description below. My website is called She's Everyday, she'severyday.com. She's everything, every day. You can get an e-course on there. There are 2 of them. Figure out which one is the best in your situation. It will guide you through every single scenario you can possibly imagine. It will give you emotional control. It will transform you into a high-value woman. And you will not only have this guy coming back saying, you're the one, you will have a bunch of other men just falling at your feet. I promise it has already worked for many women. God bless you guys. I will see you in the next video.